How's it going, everybody? It is your boy, Luna the Programmer, and it's been a minute, and I know I'm a few days late on this one, but I was too tired to make a YouTube video on it. So, we're going to do a little bit of a catch-up before the unit details are revealed for the next set of LRs that are coming for this celebration. So, as you've no doubt been aware of, we have the EZAs for this Super Saiyan Goku and this Frieza. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, thought that these two would actually EZA last year for the previous worldwide download celebration, but they didn't. So maybe that's for the best, because these guys might have been worse had they actually released last year. And now that we've had a few days to let it, because these guys released on the 2nd, so today's the 9th. It's been a whole week since they released. Now that we've had a while to sit on it and let the opinions settle, maybe we could read some of the comments on the wiki and see what the wiki folk at least think of it. So we'll start with the Frieza, because I think he's the least exciting of the two, because remember, he's unlike Goku, because remember, this is a base Goku that transforms. This is just a full power Frieza. So that means he's automatically going to be competing, again, unlike the Goku, with his AGL counterpart. The in Super Saiyan Goku is just that, Super Saiyan Goku, so they aren't competing for a slot. In fact, the in Super Saiyan Goku is more closely competing with the brand new one that just came out, the summonable one with Cooler. So I want to get this out of the way. I don't think this Frieza is bad. I don't think so. I just think he's, how you would say, a boring unit, and we'll get to what I mean by that in a minute. So he goes from 4 key and 130 to 4 key and 150 for the full power. This sub lead doesn't really matter, because you're going to be running Cooler lead with him anyway. Speaking of Cooler lead, you can now build a full extreme class, extreme STR team with almost exclusively these units. So you have the brand new LR Cooler, you have this guy, you have the Dokkan Fest Cooler, who will hopefully EZA in part 3. You have the Prime Battle LR Frieza, who is still an okay unit. You have you could run Cooliza, if you remember that unit, the Cooler and Frieza from Dragon Ball Fusions. That's still an okay unit, and they support. And that's 5 out of your 6 units. And what I do is I run Bojack in that last slot just for the support. So it's an interesting 200% lead for single typing, which is quite nice. So anyways, 12 key. Unfortunately, he still sacrificed HP, but it went from 5%. Sorry, it went from 8% down to 5%, and he now raises attack and defense for a turn, which is good. He didn't have anything before. It was just the Mega Colossal. Speaking of, though, you'll notice that he has Mega Colossal on both his 12 and 18 key, which means he shares similarities to the his updated counterpart, shall we say, the AGL version. Those two units, the full power Frieza and the in Super Saiyan Goku, actually do have Mega Colossal on both their 12 and 18 key, if you didn't realize. So he now raises here, and he greatly raises attack and defense. He only did attack previously and calls it Mega Colossal. So the passive is basically the same structure as you can see here. So instead of 80%, he's now at 120, and then here's a good thing here: an additional 40% when performing a super attack, and an attack's effective against all types if it is an ultra. So this right here is what I would say the new part. Everything else is just an upgraded version of what he has already. He does have disabled the attack enemies action once, similar to the Super Saiyan 4s, similar to the LR Gods. But unfortunately, unlike them, not only is this HP restricted, this is once only, whereas the LR Gods can get it once per turn. But this is once in the entire fight, which sucks. He does have some nice links, though. So Prodigies, Universe's Most Malevolent, Strongest Count in Space, Big Bad Bosses. Over in a Flash is the one that is really a miss here. I'm not sure if the AGL version has Over in a Flash, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. I mean, I suppose we can check if the AGL one really quickly has over in a flash. But I've said earlier, and you can see that the units that he'll be linking well with is, again, the Dokkan Fest cooler, the brand new LR cooler, Prime Battle Frieza, the cool EZA. He'll show 3 or 4. Like, okay, yes, he does not have it. His Prodigies, Nightmare, Big Bad Boss. So yeah, he actually does have the better link set here, right? As opposed to this unit here. So they are on pretty much the same exact list of categories, right? Which is a plethora of categories. So you have NAMEK, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Wicked Bloodline, of course, Terrifying Conquerors, FTC, Inhuman Deeds, Space Traveling Warriors, Gifted Warriors, Planetary Destruction, Sworn Enemies, and Battle of Fate. So he's at nearly 22,000 attack, just over 14,000 defense here. And I think, he's a good unit. It's just, like I said, is he better than this unit? You know what I'm saying? Is he better than this unit? And that's the question, because you see, okay, the Goku doesn't have to be better because it's a base form Goku. He's not competing with anything, right? In fact, I would wager, compared to the way they were before, like, you see the way he is previously and the way he is now, he's definitely insanely better. And while this guy, yes, is significantly better, I would say so, I wouldn't say he's so much better that he's like a must run on any of his teams now. Because again, you just use this guy, who's better in pretty much every situation, right? At least with this Goku, he's raising allies' attack and defense. He's stacking defense. He has a rage mode, so you can make a case for him being able to be used on many of these teams who might still need additional filling out. And plus, he has a great link set. I know people have problems with him, technically losing defense, at least at full HP. And his defense stacking, right? They have problems with him, right? And the rage mode conditions are not, But it's Goku, right? It's Goku. So we're going to be able to have a pass for him no matter what. And unfortunately, this Frieza, again, another thing, he doesn't have an active skill. So it's like, again, unless you are running like me, you are running that haha funny extreme STR team, not really going to be seeing too much use. Like I said, he's still good, but a little disappointing in specific ways of looking at it. So this card makes me so mad. If they're not going to grant a unit that shares a name, a specific use case, they should not EZA the unit or merely make them better. Yeah, that's exactly the thing, right? Again, it's not that this unit is bad, it's that he has the same exact name as another prominent unit. So like, okay, if he shares the same exact name, what is different between the two that makes you want to use him? And for the Frieza, it's just the typing. He shares the same typing with the coolers, right? The TOR Dokkan Fest, the brand new LR that dropped. That's his advantage over this one. He shares the typing. Because he has, like I said, that over in the flash, he has one worse link. He's not stacking, unlike this Frieza. Like, okay, sure, yes, this Frieza does fall off quite a bit after those 6 turns, which is fair, right? And this Frieza will be a lot more consistent. Well, I say a lot more, but again, his is reliant on HP, so really, you can say maybe he won't be, because at that point, the Frieza might have stacked up enough to where his defense is hitting similar numbers while having, better links and such. So if they're like, what's the difference between these two units? They're both damage dealers, because it's not like this Frieza has godlike defense anyway, because he's raising attack on the 12 key. You're going to see the 12 key more often anyway, similar to the Goku, but the Goku raises defense on this 12 key. So it's like they're both only doing damage with okay defense, except this one is sacrificing HP while having one worse link. right? With no active, right? So it's like, they lowered the amount of ki his passive gives. What the hell? Wait, did they actually? So he's getting 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 here. So he's getting 2, 4, 8. Oh yeah, he is getting 8 instead of 9. Interesting. They actually gave him 1 less ki there. Huh. Both new EZAs need a buff. They can't compete with the difficult content. They will get cooked by Cell Max. The cooler EZA making him a lot worse. Wow, great job. He's still useless. He's worse than the Annie EZAs. Yeah. He's not. He is disappointing, right? Again, he will have use if you want to run him with the full STR team, but if you're not going for that, just use this guy. Is disappointing. This Goku, who I also have problems with, but I have slightly less problems with. So he's a double category lead. 170 to both. Again, he raises attack and defense by 30%. He only raised attack before. So 77% attack and defense to 150, so that's quite the buff. And now he only needs 2 attacks to receive his full passive, unlike before where he needed 4 attacks to reach his full passive. He's still on a monstrous number of categories. He still has, like, look at this link set. I remember Truth was talking about it. And this is a phenomenal link set. Z Fighters, All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. And Super Saiyan, they get slightly worse because they give him Golden Warrior and Super Saiyan. Well, Super Saiyan is good, but, you know, that replaces All in the Family and the Saiyan Lineage. So it's a little unfortunate. So in Extreme Z Awaken, he's at 180% defense. And if you'll notice, the 180% defense is going to be less than what he has when fully built up in base. So he'll have 293% defense, whereas start of turn, assuming you're at high HP, he'll only have the 180. Like, yes, he's stacking defense, but there'll be cases, and he's also debuffing now, which is nice. But there'll be cases where his defense will be lower than it was in base, which is not great because he doesn't have a way of performing any additional attacks. He has crit chance, he has guard chance, you know, he's getting the additional attack, and he's at like 6 million unsupported, right? And again, he's still stacking, but that's still unfortunate. And again, plus the fact that he loses All in the Family, which is a 20% defense link, so his defense will be overall lower unless you get this. But that's when HP is 77% or less, right? And you're like, okay, HP is 77% or less. That's when you transform. You're like, okay, that's good. So he's getting this when he transforms. But that's just for that turn. Unless, of course, you start taking a lot of damage. But you're not going to be at 77% HP all the time. Granted, thankfully, it is 77%, which is not too hard to fall below. You know, if it was 77% or above, that would be significantly worse. So I don't think this is the worst thing, but I just wish they would have just given him that when, like, performing a super attack, or when receiving an attack like they do with his attack buff here. So plus an additional 59% for the rest of the battle, right? Medium chance of guarding, I wish it was higher, because I don't believe, no, it's the same. Yeah, he went from medium to medium, right? And then guard activated against all attacks, and they gave his crit chance an extra turn. His rage conditions are exactly the same, so, you know, it's whatever. You're only gonna use it to look at the cool animations anyway. So he's at 345% attack here. Because the attack buff is calculated separately. Unfortunately, the defense buff is not calculated separately. I wish I wish it was. That would have made him a lot better. But again, I am willing to give him a pass over the Frieza because he's not competing with anyone, right? He's not competing for a slot with another similar type of unit. I am a 30% guard is a joke. I do agree. It should have been way higher. It's just not. It's just not good. Just give him guard at that point. I wouldn't say he's the pinnacle of mid. He's actually still quite good. And when you consider how he was before, he's way better. And again, he can hit 6 million unsupported, where before he was at like 2.7 or 2.8 or, you know. 30% chance to guard, more like 30% chance to look like a modern unit for 4 turns. Because yes, again, he is stacking his defense, but if you have the all-in defense, like one thing that I like to do, I run this Goku with the AGO Kidhan on Goku family, right? So AGO Kidhan has all in the family and is also supporting with 58% defense. This Goku transforms, however, and loses all in the family. And if Kid Gohan happens to not be on rotation, he's also losing out on the support buff. So what you have happening is a massive drop in his defense until he starts stacking. You're like, okay, once he starts stacking, he's fine, but is Red Zone gonna wait for you to start stacking? Probably not. You know, Super Battle Road, okay, Super Battle Road, I guess, that's true, right? On some of the easier stages anyway, but he could still get caught if it's the first turn after transforming. You know, if it's unsupported, unless he's guarding, but it's not even a coin flip chance to guard. It's 30% chance to guard, and then his 40% chance, that's his crit chance, that's a coin flip, that's fine, but the 30% chance is not great. Listen, he's good. I do really agree, but God, do I hate the chance to guard? Yes, I agree. His links concretely the lack of Kamehameha, instead that he has Z Fighters. I think Z Fighters is a good link, but when you look at who has it, any prominent units that he's actually going to be linking with, like, okay, base to base, this is actually a good rotation. Like, these 3 Gokus, that's good. The Super Saiyan Goku has it in his TUR state, which is interesting. And then there's no one else. Right, he has Gohan, right? By the way, is this Gohan supporting? I can't quite remember if this Gohan supporting, but this Gohan is sharing all in the family, which, again, talks about the importance of that link. And that's pretty much it, because you're not going to be running this Goku. Unless he EZA. Did he EZA? I believe he EZA'd, or is confirmed to EZA. So, you know, like I said, when those details are out, I'll look at them. So, yeah, I would say this Goku is in a better spot than the Frieza, but he's not bad, but I wish he was just a little bit better. Right? His offense, fine. Perfectly fine. That's fine. I just wish when he transformed, he didn't lose. He didn't feel like he lost defense, and you know, his guard was a little bit better. Like I said, he could lose the defense, but if he had guaranteed guard, like, okay, if you get rid of this but then give him guaranteed guard, I think he's better. I think he's a little bit better because he's still raising his defense by 30% for a turn, and you add that on top of his guard, I think he's okay. I think he's fine. But this video is nearly 20 minutes long, so that's going to do it for us this time. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or you learned something new. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. My name is Luna, also known as Luna Programmer. I'm probably going to record a video on those Metacooler units, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.